Have you ever dated somebody with a weird fetish, or do you have any weird fetishes? Yes or no? Why?
I knew of a guy who liked me who had an armpit fetish.
And as an armpit fetish, what was that entail?
Well, there was this one time after my cross-country practice that he came up to me and he told me that my sweat smelled good.
And he didn't try to, like, snip your arm or anything like that?
No, that'd be a little bit much. But then he told me later on, he apologized and he said he has an armpit fetish.
And he didn't ever tell you not to wear deodorant or anything like that? You know how
No, we didn't go anywhere, so I didn't talk to him that much.
Have you ever went to the extent where you hooked up with somebody, but after you hooked up, you noticed there's stuff you didn't like about them that didn't make you like them anymore? Yes or no, or why?
I don't hook up with people just to hook up with them, right? So I'm usually in the honeymoon stage when I like first hook up with somebody. When it's mad long and then I start noticing it, that's when I like, you know what I mean? When it takes a little bit.
Yeah, like after you hook up and you notice like red flags after.
Yeah, red flags like way after. That's like my downfall, yeah.
And have you ever rode through a relationship even though it was so bad, you still rode through it no matter what? Or nah, once you noticed, you get?
Yeah.
And why did you ride through it? Was it?
It was like he cheated. And
you still stayed?
Yeah. It was always in my head though. Like I was like being very pushy and like it was.
And I got a question. Why did you stay?
I was already with him for 2 years, so I had that love for him. You know what I mean?
And is it something about starting over with somebody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I don't like people.
Yeah. And I got a question. Was it good? Was the sex
good?
And was it good enough to make you stay?
Not that good. Not that good. Girls are better.
Have you ever dated somebody that wanted to pursue a career, say singing or rapping or something, but they just weren't good at it and you just had to pretend like they were to be a supportive person? Yes or no? Why?
Can I say I had like the inverse, like the I dated someone who was like insanely good at what they do. It was a sport and they were getting like almost recruited and they turned down offers and I had to be supportive of them throwing away their dream. And I honestly feel like I wish it would have been the opposite because like seeing someone throw it away rather than like chase something that doesn't exist was like harder.
And I have a question. When he threw it away, was it something that he wanted to do or?
It was kind of, honestly, he was scared. He thought like even if I make it, how far will I go? But he was going so far as it was, and to like at the level he was at, to just ignore all of the like, I don't know, enthusiasm that people had for him was heartbreaking. I
feel like a lot of times we have self-doubt and stuff, but the way people view us, they probably view us as we can get it done, but we have self-doubt and stuff. Yeah.
I totally that's exactly what he had, was self-doubt, and he didn't really think it was like this tangible dream. But I mean, now he lives with regret and he wakes up every morning being like, what if? You know, I don't want to wake up with that feeling.
Have you ever been stood up, or have you ever stood somebody up? Yes or no, or why?
Ever been stirred up?
I stand bitches up all the time.
I ain't never been stirred up before. Have I ever stood somebody up?
And how have you stood up girls before?
I just stood them up, like finna pull up, get into a weed nap or some shit. Niggas knocked out.
Oh, so like you were actually gonna pull up on them, but you started smoking and then
niggas fell asleep or other plans got to cancel.
Yeah. But have you ever like stood up a girl because you wasn't feeling them or something like that, or not just because of the weed?
Nah, I just tell them straight up.
Oh yeah, if you're not feeling the girl, you just tell them straight up. And you don't waste their time, right?
Yes, sir. Keep it going.
And
I was just saying, cut that shit off.
Yeah, no cap. That shit's over with.
And when you tell them why you don't want to mess with them, is there like a specific reason? Like, is there like a turn on or a turn off that you notice in the female that would turn you off from not messing with them? Or
it's kind of in the short term range, but yeah, definitely, like, you know, I'm looking for the baddies.
So what's a turn off that you started talking to a female and it turned you off completely, that you just told them straight
shit,
up?
Facial structure?
Facial structure? They have a crimson. As in facial structure, how did it look like?
Hell yeah, I had this one time, my cousin is a grimy nigga, man. He knew I was talking to this one bitch or whatever and didn't tell me that she was crippled. So when I pulled up, bitch was in a whole wheelchair.
And then how did it go?
Gave me the ride, the nigga left me for.
And how did it go for you?
Man, we went swimming and shit, like stayed my distance and shit like that, you know. After that, niggas just didn't text no more.
So don't fuck with my not to do that.
Don't lay no fingers on me, fam.
I told you not to do that. I told you not to do that, all right?